Let's compare deductive, inductive, and abductive reasoning. Deduction draws conclusions from known facts. There can be a first premise, second premise, and inference. Example: all spiders have 8 legs. Tarantulas are spiders, therefore tarantulas have 8 legs. Now, in induction, you observe, find a pattern, generalize, and infer an explanation or theory. The completeness of the observations determines the reliability of an induction. Consider a bag of coins. You take 3 penny coins from it. Using inductive logic, you could say all the coins in the bag are pennies. Even if all initial observations are correct, inductive reasoning does not guarantee the correct conclusion. Finally, abductive reasoning begins with an incomplete set of observations and seeks the most likely explanation. Let's say a person discovers torn papers in their living room, likely due to a dog who spent the day alone in the flat. The dog theory is the most likely explanation, although other possible culprits include a family member or landlord. Let's use examples with characters Akiyama, Patrick Jane, and Akira. Look at the text on the screen that describes Akiyama's deduction in the first Lear game. The first premise is banks are closed on Sundays. The second premise is there are 23 days left in the game, and it's a Friday, so the inference he makes is Fujisawa will take the money 2 days before the game ends because days 22 and 23 fall on the weekend, and the banks are closed on Sundays. Now for Patrick Jane, look at the description of his induction. He observes that Dr. Wagner has books on criminal psychology that contain chapters about Red John, but he said he didn't know who he was. Based on these observations and recognizing the pattern between Wagner, not knowing who Red John was, and the books, Patrick Jane makes the theory that Wagner was probably lying when he claimed not to know Red John because he had withheld important information that would have connected him to the crime. Now finally, for Akira, he observes the "you need points to move on to the 4th program, and that red team were kidnapping people even though it gained them no points." Based on these observations, Akira concludes that the red team wants to stay in the 3rd program to rule over the weak. Not the only explanation, but the most likely. That's the end. Thanks for watching, and give me suggestions for which outsmarting terms I should explain next.